Assalamu Alaykum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. This is your host, Mohsin Patel. Welcome to our segment, Your Community with Mohsin Patel, brought to you by Hermain TV. If you haven't downloaded the app, please download our app. If you're using iPhone or Android, you can download the app for free. Today, we have a very special guest in our studio with your own demand. I know there's a tax season going on right now. There's a lot of questions about the tax, and we have an expert who can file your taxes for you and get a lot of money back. So we have brought a very great individual in our studio who is sitting very next to me. Before I introduce, let me tell you one more thing that if you're watching this live right now, please share with your friends and family. Share so they can enjoy the life. They can get the information what they need to. Because every Friday we bring the guest with the great informative. They're very expert in everything. Last week we had a Taslim Bala. She was a great individual who highlights a very great bullet point. And today we have our brother from our community who own the businesses in your community at Markham and Shepherd area. Not other than that, Shamsu Thakor. Let me welcome to Herman Studio, Shamsu Bhai. Assalamu Alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. How are you doing today?
Alhamdulillah, good. Walaikum salam. Thank you for having me here. And thank you, your team, you, Mohsin, and pleasure to.
MashaAllah, that's very great, Shamsu Bhai, and definitely we'll love to have here because right now the tax season is around the corner. Everybody is just finishing in the last year, and they will come to you and they will file the taxes individually as well. So there's so many questions that's coming to us that I can file a tax by myself. Why I have to go to accountant? So I'm not expert. Definitely, the accountant who's sitting next to me, he's gonna answer all your questions. Viewers, heads up to you as well that please, if you're watching this again one more time, share this video because we're getting a great response because of your help, your support. Without your support, this message is not gonna relay. This message is not gonna spread out. So I want you to send this live to your friends, your families. If you're in the different groups, share it so everybody can take advantage of this live. Shamsubai, before we start our segment, I would like to tell you one thing that you're a proud Gujarati, and if you can answer us when I ask a question in Gujarati and English, अभी तो in Hindi as well, अभी ये mix का ज़माना है. Our viewers up there is just not Gujarati, is not just Hindi. There are multi-language people are watching right now to you, in hundreds and thousands of you are watching live. So I will love you to answer our questions if you can mix it up in Gujarati or Hindi or English. I will appreciate that. The first question I can start with because definitely the international students. I'm always anybody comes to our studio, I always worry about the international students because right now there's so many of them coming, and when the time comes to file a tax, they send me a bunch of questions and they said, Mohsin Bhai, when we go to file a tax last year, they said, oh, you will get a refund for welcoming to Canada. And they said, I didn't get any refund when I went there. They said, you will get claim of the rents as well. So my question to you that when the students come to Canada, is there any package that you can claim that or any refund for students as a tax when they come to Canada? Is there any welcome package or something like that?
Uh, First of all, actually, there is no such a welcome Canada package, right? Is something is misconception. People are saying that, and some people are doing this. There is no welcome Canada. So welcome Canada is the GST credit. It's the second name of the GST and this credit. So if you spend the money here in the groceries or anything, So you pay the HST, and government will give you the HST refund back. People who has low income, and that is the reason the other people are other maybe consultant or there is a now every student saying that, oh, should I get the welcome Canada? There is no such a welcome Canada, but yes, there is a GST credit and there is an Ontario provincial credit. Those are the credit they are entitled for it. So we have to fill that one application. And sometimes the consultant doesn't fill that application. They fill the taxes, but they don't fill up that application, and that is the reason. તો બધા લોકો આમ કહે છે કે ઓ મને વેલકમ કેનેડા નથી મળ્યું આ લોકોએ એપ્લિકેશન અપ્લાય નથી કરી એન્ડ ધેટ ઇઝ ધ મેઇન રીઝન ઓકે અગર જો એ અપ્લાય કરે તો તેની વર્લ્ડ ઇન્કમ રિપોર્ટ કરવી પડે છે અને વર્લ્ડ ઇન્કમ રિપોર્ટ કરે છે ને પછી તમને એચએસટીની એના પૈસા જે આવે છે ડિપેન્ડ ક્યારે તમે આવેલા છો ડ્યુરિંગ ધ યર તમે કયા એમાં આવેલો છો ડિપેન્ડ ઓન ધેટ વન ધ હાઉ મચ મની કમ્સ બેઝ ઓન ધ યોર અરાઇવલ ડેટ ઓકે
Definitely.
so that is the main thing okay so there is no welcome Canada. Yes, they can claim the rent once they're filing the return. Some people also have a question about the refund of the tuition fees, mainly student. They will tell them that okay, you'll get the refund for your tuition fees. First, they pay the tuition fees. No, you're not gonna get the tuition fees. It's a non-refundable tax credit. ને આ non-refundable tax credit ક્યારે તમને મળે you can carry forward this credit when you have it when you have an income you can use it. If you don't have it you have to carry forward, right? And so some people આવે છે અને કહે છે ઓ અમારે તો આ ટ્યુશન ફીસના પૈસા કેટલા આવ્યા પણ ના તમારું ટ્યુશન ફીસના પૈસા નહીં આવે જ્યાં સુધી you start working, and that is the main mainly international students struggling with.
Definitely, very well said. That's why we need an expert to answer all this question. કેમ કે ઘણા લોકો શમશુભાઈ જ્યારે ટેક્સ ક્લેમ કરવા જાય તો ઘણા લોકોએ મને પર્સનલ મેસેજ કર્યો કે મોહસિનભાઈ હું એક અકાઉન્ટન્ટ પાસે ગયો તો એકાઉન્ટન્ટ તો મને કહે છે કે તને વેલકમ કેનેડા પેકેજ મળશે મારું વેલકમ કેનેડા પેકેજ તો મને હજુ પણ મળ્યું નથી. So here you go, viewers. There is no such thing as a welcome Canada. It's only when you start working. And welcome Canada નામ પર જે એજન્ટો તમને જે ઠગી રહ્યા છે તેમને જેને તમે સવાલ કરો કે વેલકમ કેનેડા જો અગર નહીં આવે તો શું તમે અમને આપશો ત્યારે એ સીધા લાઈન પર આવી જશે. ડેફિનેટલી યુ કેન આસ્ક ધેમ સ્ટ્રેટ ક્વેશ્ચન ટુ ધેમ એન્ડ there is a package, there is a way to get the money out. That's called a HST and GST, if I'm not mistaken, Samsubai.
Correct.
Definitely. Thank
An
you for
Ontario Trillium benefit.
an Ontario Trillium benefit. Thank you for answering that question. Definitely. I hope the individual, the student who asked me this question, and definitely I asked your first question to our expert who is sitting next to me in our studio right now, and he answered your question very nicely and very briefly, also in Gujarati. If you are definitely you are Gujarati when you ask me the question, and here you go, our expert answer you in the Gujarati as well. So moving forward, Samsubai, that now we're gonna ask you a question about a little bit of RRSP, right? So if you can explain to our viewers what is RRSP, and if you can explain that, please. કે RRSP શું છે?
RRSP is full form of RRSP is Registered Retirement Savings Plan. Actually એ રિટાયરમેન્ટનું એક એ છે એક ગવર્મેન્ટનું એક પ્રોગ્રામ છે. this રિટાયરમેન્ટ માટે તમે મની સેવ કરો. You save money for your retirement. Okay. So you but in order to qualify for the RRSP you have to be in Canada. You have to be PR or citizen or anyone, but you have to be in Canada. You have a Canadian income, and you are under age 71. Okay, then you qualify, and you have to have a RRSP limit based on the previous year limit. Okay, that based on the previous year income, 18% of the things that you can claim as 18% of your income. You can up to that much you can claim you can buy the RRSP. ને આ આરઆરએસપી 18% બાય કરે એ કેરી ફોરવર્ડ બી થાય છે. અગર જો તમે લાઈક ફોર એક્ઝામ્પલ તમારી ઇન્કમ 100,000 ને તમે 18% ઓફ ધ ઇન્કમ પ્રીવિયસ યરમાં 18% ઓફ ધ ઇન્કમ you bought the RRSP. So 18,000 you can buy maximum. But you didn't buy the 18,000, you just bought the 8,000.
Yep.
So 10,000 can carry forward to following year.
Yep.
And બીજા વર્ષમાં તમારી ઇન્કમ થશે 18,000 to let's assume that second year you have it another 18,000, 100,000 income, and you are not buying any RRSP, so your limit gonna be carry forward, and so 10,000 plus 8,000, right? 18,000, so 28,000. So that is you can carry forward and is accumulated. Okay, so RRSP એક program છે government નો સારો પ્રોગ્રામ છે. This is a good program, and best એ છે કે તમે 2023 માટે ફર્સ્ટ 60 days of 24 માં બી તમે બાય કરી શકો. એટલે તમે તમારી ઇન્કમ જોઈને પછી તમે વિચારો કે ઓ મારું કેટલું ટેક્સ થાય છે, એના પછી તમે વિચારો કે ભાઈ ઓકે let me manage my taxes and I want to buy the RRSP so I can reduce my tax. So you can buy that you can buy that RRSP and you can reduce your taxes. Basically reduce your taxes or defer your taxes. RRSP is actually is not reducing taxes, but you are deferring your taxes, and that is the RRSP ના એક એડવાન્ટેજ બી છે. તો somehow કઈ વાર અગર જો પ્રોપર પ્લાન નહીં કરે તો ડિસએડવાન્ટેજ બી છે RRSP. We will talk later on the RRSP, what is the advantage and disadvantage.
No, definitely, because this is very important
Yeah.
topic because so many people ઘણા લોકોને ખબર નથી કે RRSP શું છે. તો RRSP ની જ્યારે આપણે વાત કરીએ શમશુભાઈ, તો RRSP જ્યારે ચાલો આપણે ડિપોઝિટ કરી, આપણે ઇન્વેસ્ટ બી કર્યું, તો ક્યારે એને આપણે કાઢી શકીએ, કઈ એજ પ્રમાણે આપણે ક્યારે યુઝ કરી શકીએ RRSP ને? જ્યારે કે આપણે રિટાયર થઈ ગયા તો એને ક્યારે યુઝ કરી શકીએ?
Yeah. RRSP છે ને, you can use it. You can use. This is your money. Actually, this is a kind of account. It's a bank account, right? You have a saving account, checking account, and you can go and open the RRSP account. Saving and checking. This is your account. You can move it. It's not government monitored.
Definitely.
This account, RRSP account, is government monitored. You can watch it, but you can't touch it. Okay, and that is the RRSP. Okay, so you can see that one. You can invest yourself. You can do whatever you want to do, but you can't withdraw that money from that fund, from that account. As soon as you withdraw that money, this is your money. You can withdraw this money. You save the taxes. You have to pay the taxes on that year, whatever the withdrawal you took. So that will consider your income, right? આ તમારી ઇન્કમમાં ચાલ્યું જશે, right? So RRSP ના બીજા કેટલા ફાયદા એ છે કે you buy the house, first house. Let's assume that you haven't bought the primary residence for last 4 years, 4 calendar years, right? You don't have a house or your spouse don't have a house. So you buy that, you contribute that RRSP and you withdraw that house up to $35,000. If you have saving on in the RRSP, right? So તમે withdraw કરી શકો 35,000. એન્ડ અગર તમારી વાઇફની ઇન્કમ નહીં હોય ને તમે સ્પોઝલ તરીકે તમે એને કન્ટ્રીબ્યુટ કરી હોય ને તમે એના બી 35,000, so you have a good benefit. The 35,000 you can withdraw and you can buy the house with the 70,000 down payment, as well as you, by putting the RRSP, you are getting more refund, right?
Definitely.
So you are getting more refund, so you are saving more money, right?
Yeah.
So those refund still you can put it in your down payment or any other expenses, right? To save some more money, right?
Definitely. તો શમશુભાઈ, વેન તમે જ્યારે RRSPની વાત કર્યા છો ત્યારે તમે જ્યારે કીધું કે યુ કેન ઓપન ચેકિંગ અકાઉન્ટ, યુ કેન ઓપન સેવિંગ્સ અકાઉન્ટ, બટ મારા દિમાગમાં એક અકાઉન્ટ આવી રહ્યું છે ત્યારે TFSA અકાઉન્ટ. જ્યારે હું બેંકમાં ગયો તો મને એક્સપ્લેન કરવામાં આવ્યું હતું TFSA અકાઉન્ટ ને RESP. તો એ બેનો ડિફરન્સ, વોટ ઇઝ RESP and what is TFSA?
Okay, yeah. TFSA is a tax-free savings account, right? TFSA, let's first talk about the TFSA. TFSA is a tax-free savings account. Whatever the money you put it in that account, right? You can withdraw anytime. There is no tax consequence. But whatever, by putting this money in the account, whatever you earn in this account is not tax. It's not taxable. Okay? So, એમાં tax નથી. એટલે તમે ફોર એક્ઝામ્પલ 10,000 મૂક્યા and end of the year you 1,000, you earn 1,000, 1,000, so that's 1,000 is not taxable, but there is no tax advantage by reducing tax. RRSP has that advantage that they can reduce the taxes. Let's assume that you have 100,000 income and you put the RRSP of $10,000, so almost 30%, 3,000 you are getting refund back. And the tax-free savings account, that is not the case. હવે તમારો ક્વેશ્ચન છે કે આરઈએસપી. આરઈએસપીનું ફૂલ ફોર્મ છે રજિસ્ટર્ડ એજ્યુકેશન સેવિંગ્સ પ્લાન. એ છોકરાઓ માટે છે. પેરેન્ટ્સ એના છોકરાઓ માટે આરઈએસપી લે છે. એમાં બી કોઈ ટેક્સ એડવાન્ટેજ નથી. હા, એમાં એક ગવર્મેન્ટ ગ્રાન્ટ આપે છે. એ ગવર્મેન્ટ ગ્રાન્ટ આપે છે, તો એનું બી લિમિટેડ ગ્રાન્ટ આપે છે કે 20% ઓફ ધ અપ ટુ $2,000 તે ગ્રાન્ટ આપે છે. So you invest the money monthly or annually, whatever it is, and end of the year, government will give you the grant. And once your son goes to the schools,
University. Yeah.
university or college, then you can withdraw that fund, right? Meantime, you can invest that fund also. This is self-directed also. You can invest in self-directed RESP also. So this is the difference between the RESP, RRSP, and TFS.
Very well said. This is what viewers I would like to know, and I would like you to know because when you have a kids, definitely you should open RESP. RESP it's for your kids because when they're gonna go university, trust me, it's not easy. કે 1000 2000 માં પતી જશે. You need thousands of dollars to send your kids into university. એટલે પૈસા જ્યારે ગવર્મેન્ટ તમને આપે છે, બેનિફિટ મળે છે, તો મા બાપને એક મેસેજ હરમેન થ્રુ એઝ અ હોસ્ટ હું પણ કહેવા માંગીશ કે તમે RESP અકાઉન્ટને ઓપન કરો. ભલે 500 નહીં, 600 નહીં, એટલીસ્ટ 100 200 એક અકાઉન્ટમાં તમે નાખતા ચાલો કે જ્યારે તમારો છોકરો જે એજ પર આવે એ એજનો થઈ જાય ત્યારે તમારે ફિકર કરવાની કશી જરૂર રહેતી નથી કે તમે સીધા એ અકાઉન્ટમાંથી પૈસા વાપરી શકશો. So very well said. Thank you for answering that question. It clears everything that what was a little bit confusion about RESP and TFSA account. Going back to RRSP. So question is that I am eligible to contribute RRSP or no. I want to know if I am eligible or no.
Yeah, obviously you are eligible if you are earning in Canada, right? I said previously that if you are earning in Canada, you are young and you have money.
Definitely.
So then you are eligible for savings, and if you have income, then you can contribute. If you don't have income, then there is no point. There is no point to contribute in RRSP because RRSP, as I told you, that is work reverse way. Also, you have to plan it, right? What's a planning is? Uh, let's assume that. Let me give you the example. Let's assume that you have 100,000 income and you contributed 18,000 in RRSP. So you will be taxed on 82,000, right? So your tax is lower now, right? Let's assume the second year you have 150,000 income and you need money in that same year and you withdraw that 18,000. So now you are taxed in a
Definitely.
higher bracket, right?
Yeah.
So whatever you saved in previous year, you are paying more taxes in the following year.
Following year.
So
Definitely.
you are better off not to buy RRSP in previous. So you have to plan it,
Yeah.
right? Without planning, don't do it, right? RRSP an advantage. RRSP there are many advantages, right? What I noticed that one, people are saving, people are doing the RRSP, right? And those are the people when you become a 55. I because I have many clients, and that I notice that, and that is a worst too. That is a bad. Some after 55, people are losing the job, right? So on 55, between 55 and 65, they are struggling, right? Because they have no motivation to go for the training. They have and people are ignoring them, and the employer are ignoring them, and they are giving them the package. So and they don't have any savings. And RRSP is the best plan to survive between 55 to 65, right? And that's the reason I told people that you put some investment or contribute some in RRSP. That way, it's good for the rainy days. તો ઓલવેઝ બેટર છે કે RRSP પછી તે લોકો ઇન્ડિયા જાય છે, ત્યાં જાય છે કે ભાઈ ઓકે ત્યાં ખર્ચો ઓછો છે. તો હું ઓલવેઝ એડવાઇસ કરું છું કે RRSP સેવ કરો એટલીસ્ટ 2,000 5,000 વોટ એવર ઇટ ઇઝ. તો જેનાથી છે ને ઇન ફ્યુચરમાં અગર કોઈ વાર જોબ ચાલી જાય એ થઈ જાય તો that is the best for you.
That's your backup.
Backup, yeah.
Definitely. Thank you. Thank you, Shamsu, for answering and telling our viewers what is the important of RRSP. So, Samsubhai, જ્યારે RRSP તમે કહો છો ઓપન કરાવો ને ઓપન કરાવીના બેનિફિટ ઘણા હોય છે. શું એની કોઈ ડેડલાઇન હોય છે કે આ ડેડલાઇન પછી તમે RRSPને ઓપન નથી કરી શકતા કે આ તારીખ પછી તમે એનું કંઈ કરી શકતા નથી? તો એની ડેડલાઇન અગર તમે અમારા વ્યુઅર્સને બતાવી દો તો પ્લીઝ.
ઓકે, RRSP કેવી રીતના વર્ક થાય છે? ઓકે, the RRSP work is the March 1st, right? First 60 days, after first 60 days, you can contribute. You can open account anytime, right? You can deposit one time, you can deposit monthly, weekly, whatever it is, right? This is your is kind of saving account, right? You can deposit. End of the year, they will give you the two RRSP slips. One from March 1st to December 31st. And second one, there is a first 60 days. So let's assume that you want to claim it you wanted to claim it in for year 2023. So you have a first 60 days of 2024, you can contribute. So our say February 29 is the deadline, right? Otherwise, if the February 28, so March 1st is the deadline. Okay, so you can invest money and you can take advantage of the RRSP, advantage of the tax saving. So this is the deadline. Otherwise, RRSP has no deadline. You can contribute up to the whenever you want.
તો શમસુભાઈ, હું તમને એવું પૂછું કે how much I can contribute in RRSP, કે આપણે કેટલું contribute કરી શકીએ in RRSPમાં?
Basically, 18% of your income, right? So 18% of your income, but there is a limit also. Let's assume that you have $1 million income. You can't contribute 18% of $1 million, no, right? So there is up to 30,000 or 35,000, 32,000, right? You can contribute the maximum. But people who has a lower income, so they can contribute up to 18% of the income.
So 18% of the income you can contribute. So
18% of previous year income.
previous year income. Definitely. Thank you for that clarification. So Shamsuભાઈ, how do I know my limits? મને કઈ રીતે ખબર કે આ મારી લિમિટ છે?
એક તો આ વખતે મતલબ ગવર્મેન્ટે હવે મસ્ત કર્યું છે CRA માય અકાઉન્ટ. તમે CRA માય અકાઉન્ટમાં લોગિન થઈને જોઈ શકો કે ભાઈ અમારી લિમિટ કેટલી છે, રાઈટ? અથવા નોટિસ ઓફ એસેસમેન્ટ આવે છે ને તેમાં તમારી લિમિટ લખેલી હોય છે.
Definitely.
So you have to see your limit in the notice of assessment. Okay, so you can see there is a complete limit there that how much is the previous balance and how much for current year and total how much you can contribute.
Oh, definitely. So going back in that limit, okay, let's say what happens to my limits if I don't contribute in RSP in the current year? What happens?
It's carry forward. It's a carry forward.
It's a carry
Yeah,
forward.
carry forward. But let me add something for your viewers. If you over contributed, then there is a penalty, right? So RRSP has a limit. You have to watch carefully that how much your limit is. You can't over contribute. If you are over contribute, then monthly 1% penalty is there.
1%.
Okay? So you have to make sure that you don't over contribute. Okay.
Yep. Good, very good. Viewers, very nicely answered by our expert here in our studio, Shamsu by Thakor. He's a great individual and a very great knowledge in the accountant. His office is also located in the Markham and Shepherd area. Definitely, we're going to ask him to pass that message at the end of our episode. But also, viewers, if you're watching live and if you have any questions about your tax related, please feel free to comment in box. Our team at the back watching any comment comes and it's gonna come up on the screen, and definitely we will be asking your questions on your behalf to our expert who's sitting next to us. Going back in RRSP, actually, Samsubhai, RRSP, is this halal? Because there's a, and if it's halal, can you do investment in RRSP?
RRSP is always, based on my view, RRSP is halal.
Halal.
Right? Yeah, depend on the investment where you invest.
There-
That is the questionable, right?
Yeah.
Otherwise, RRSP is halal, right? I don't see because they are not. They are giving you refund, which you paid already tax, right? Or you are saving the tax on your income. You are deferring taxes actually. So RRSP, I don't see that is halal or the haram, right?
Because this question came to us, and
Right?
I was like,
Yeah.
should I ask this question or no? But definitely, when the
So
question
yeah, there
comes,
is a many people, there is a misconception, right? So there is many people comes and tell me that is it is haram. I don't want to contribute. I said, up to you, but it's not. I don't see any haram in this RRSP contribution.
no, definitely, because the
Yeah,
viewers
you
out
have
there,
to make sure that where you are investing,
yeah,
that is might be halal or haram. If you are investing on the GIC and you are earning the interest, maybe haram, right?
yeah.
So depend on the where do you invest.
Definitely. Where do you invest? The last line that which our expert says, where do you invest? Definitely, that's gonna be your halal. And investing in RRSP is definitely halal. So the viewers who ask the questions, definitely you don't have to worry about. You can invest in RRSP, and definitely it's in the halal way. If your money is halal, definitely. So moving forward, the same question about RRSP, that do we have to pay zakat in RRSP?
Yeah, that is a that is a question of the that is a question of what's it called, or alim or din, right? But um, but the zakat, let me some people definitely says that, some ulmas definitely says that is that you have to pay the zakat, right? Some said no, you don't have to pay the zakat, but I this is a debatable, right? તો કેટલા લોકો મને આવીને પૂછે છે કે મારે તો જકાત આપવી પડે છે એના ઉપર આરએસ, રાઈટ?
Yeah,
તો કેટલા મને એવું લાગે છે કે certain time, I think, on my view, right? Let's assume that you have a investment property, rental property, right? So you don't pay the uh, zakat on rental property, right? Value of the rental property.
yeah,
You pay zakat on the saving of the rent, right?
definitely.
Right. So I believe this is the same concept, because you are investing money. Money is not there, right? Money is already invested, right? You are getting dividend, capital gain, those kind of things, which is, and that is maybe zakat. Maybe the you have to pay the zakat on that one,
Definitely.
but not the total RRSP. That I think, but we have to ask
Mufti or
muftis,
Maulanas or
maulanas, or whatever it is.
the pizza. Definitely. So you answer your best of your ability, and thank you for answering the question. Um, moving forward, viewers, we are talking right now about RRSP, RESP, TFSA account, because these are the questions that came forward, and there was a lot of misunderstanding about this account. So it's very good if you're listening, and if you can share this with your friends and family, they can take advantage of this live segment happening right now from the Haramain studio. So, Samsubai, let's carry on, because this is very good, informative answers we are getting for our viewers. So, when we talk about TFSA and RRSP, let me ask you one thing: which one is better to open? Which account I should open? I should open TFSA or RRSP? Which one is better?
I love RRSP.
You love RRSP.
RRSP is better always, because it's a you can take the tax advantage out of it. Yeah, unless until you are getting significant gain on the TFSA and you don't want to pay the taxes, then put money in the TFSA. Otherwise, if you are getting very small amount of the money in the TFSA, then there is no point. Okay, there is no point to put it. Yeah, if you don't have a RRSP limit and you want to put the money in the TFSA, then is fine. But I love RRSP.
Wow. Viewers, if the expert love RRSP, definitely I want to go in RRSP, and I want you to open that RRSP, because કઈ તો રાજ હશે RRSP માં તો જ આપણો expert આપણને કહે છે કે open RRSP. So if you want to know the benefit of our RRSP, please contact Shamsubai Thakor. You can call the number. Samsubai, you can repeat your number to our viewers if they can call you after the segment, because this is live right now. I don't want you to call right now, but after 7:30, definitely he's going to answer your call. So if you can pass a message, your just the phone number. If they have any questions after the segment, definitely they can reach out to you. Your numbers, please.
My office number is 416-757-2322. 416-757-2322. And my mobile number is 647-448-2322.
Well, thank you for sharing that information to our viewers because this information was much needed. And definitely you will need this information because I don't want to get a call. Please provide me the number of the Samsu by Thakor. So if you're watching live, make sure you have noted down the phone number which our guest just provided to you. Moving forward, Samsu Bhai, definitely I have a very um, good question actually. It was coming in my mind that when you talk about RRSP, where can I open that account?
You can open any. There are many people are many insurance companies opening also RRSP. Many in financial company also in RRSP, and bank also allowing you to open the RRSP account. Uh, and I prefer always bank, right, instead of going to other financial companies and insurance companies, right. So better to open in RRSP company, and RRSP you can in the bank they have a facility that self-directed RRSP. You can open the self-directed account and you invest yourself. You buy stocks, you buy mutual fund, whatever it is, but buy it in your own. એટલે તમે ખુદ બાય કરી શકો છો ને તમે તે ખુદ વેચી શકો છો એટલે તમે ડાયરેક્ટ તમારા યુ આર ધ બેટર ઇન્વેસ્ટર ઓફ યોર મની રાઈટ
Definitely.
તો હું તો પ્રિફર કરું છું મારું બી અકાઉન્ટ સેલ્ફ ડાયરેક્ટેડ જ છે ને હું ઓલવેઝ પ્રિફર કરું છું કે સેલ્ફ ડાયરેક્ટેડ આરઆરએસપી ઇઝ ધ બેસ્ટ and open any bank.
So there is no such thing that where you can
Mm,
open
mm,
RRSP. You can definitely go to a bank and you can open your RRSP account. And Samsubai is also recommending you that definitely you can go to the bank or any other place where they open. So definitely moving forward, Samsubai, the questions coming to my mind that if I open the RRSP account also, can I withdraw my RRSP from that account?
Yeah, you can withdraw RRSP account when you buy the house. That's I told you that first times if you have a first time buying the house, you can withdraw. Then there is a LLP also, life learning plan, right? So if you are in the if you or your spouse want to go the post graduation or anything, you can withdraw that life learning plan LLP up to up to up to $20,000, 10,000 per year, right? So if you or your wife or spouse wants to wants to wants to study, also you can withdraw that money, but you have to pay back in this one. For home buyers plan, you withdraw it, you have to return this money in 15
In 15 years.
15 years, and life learning plan in 10 years. Okay, so you have to return that money in 10 years for life learning plan, and for home buyers plan you have to return that money in 15 years. So that is the only things, and if you don't have income you don't return it, disclose in income. So that way, you know, you are okay, you don't have to pay the taxes, you already save the taxes.
Definitely.
So this is the plan. You have to do the plan.
Definitely. Planning is
Yeah.
very important, guys. When you plan it, it's always better. તો સમસુભાઈ મારા ધ્યાનમાં એક બીજો સવાલ એવો આવતો હતો કે તમે જ્યારે ટોપિકને છેડી દીધું છે ત્યારે આ ક્વેશ્ચન આવી ગયો હતો મારા વ્યુઅર્સ પાસેથી કે વોટ ઇઝ લાઈફ લર્નિંગ પ્લાન લાઈફ લર્નિંગ પ્લાન શું છે?
લાઈફ લર્નિંગ પ્લાન છે કે તમે if you don't have money and if you wanted to upgrade yourself going on the for the education post graduation, right, એટલે તમે યા તમારી વાઈફ, રાઈટ, એમાં જઈ શકો છો ને તમે અપ ટુ 10,000 per year maximum you can withdraw that one $20,000 for to educate to upgrade yourself.
Definitely. Little bit change from this RRSP, TFSA, just to change a little bit. Very great question that came up in my mind that for the first time home buyers, Samsubai, if you can explain the definition of the first time home buyers.
First time home buyers એ છે કે um, if you or your spouse, right, don't have income, don't have a house last 4 calendar year એટલે કે 4 વર્ષમાં 4 calendar year means January to December. The last 4 calendar year, if you and your wife doesn't have primary residence, right, if you have investment property is fine, But if you don't have a primary residence, then you can withdraw that money, right, from the RRSP and buy the house, right? Your wife can withdraw 35,000 and you can withdraw 35,000 if you have money in account, right? So, and then you can buy the house.
So when you talk about you can withdraw the money, Samsubai. So if I withdraw that money, do I have to pay back the money?
You have to pay back money in 15 years. Okay, so approximately 2,300 something that you have to pay back if you withdraw the 35,000. Yes, every year. So in 15 years. But sometimes let's assume that your wife doesn't have income. You don't pay for your wife, right? Pay your, if you have income, you pay, but don't. And sometimes people doesn't want to pay. So pay the taxes and get it over. Okay, you don't have to compulsory buy it, right? It doesn't mean that you withdraw that one, you have to pay compulsory. No, there is nothing there. There is no penalty, nothing. Just you have to disclose in your income, and you have to pay the taxes. બસ તમારે ટેક્સ પે કરીને એ થઈ જાય તમારે.
No, but જ્યારે આપણે વાત કરીએ કે સમસુભાઈ કે you have to pay that money, definitely પૈસા તો આપણે ભરવાના જ છે. But how do I know કે ભાઈ મારે કેટલા પૈસા ભરવાના છે અગર હું વિડ્રો કરું તો?
ઇટ્સ અ ગુડ ક્વેશ્ચન. એકચ્યુઅલી એ બી તમારી છે ને નોટિસ ઓફ એસેસમેન્ટમાં હોય છે કે ભાઈ આ વર્ષથી તમારે આટલા ભરવાના છે, રાઈટ? હોમ બાયર્સ પ્લાનનું હોય છે, લાઈફ લર્નિંગ પ્લાનનું હોય છે, એ સેક્શન જ હોય છે RRSP તે તમારી નોટિસ ઓફ એસેસમેન્ટ. ત્યારે તમે જોઈ શકો કે ભાઈ ઓકે તમારે આટલા ભરવાના છે, અને CRMI એકાઉન્ટમાં બી જઈને જોઈ શકો છો કે ભાઈ તમારું શું શું ભરવાનું છે અને શું શું તમારી RRSP લિમિટ છે.
Definitely. Thank you for answering that question. Samsubhai, let's move forward. We have very limited time, and there are so many questions that came as soon as we launched the flyer. And I will love to cover as many questions I can because there's a time limits. We have a time limits that we have to finish the show in this time frame. And definitely, I want to ask you next question very quickly. And this is like very important questions because people ask me this question that what is the moving expenses, and when I move out, can I claim that expenses? So I said I'm not an expert. I said definitely I can ask on your behalf to our expert coming in our studio. So if you can explain to our viewers that what is moving expenses, and can you claim that moving expenses if you're moving?
Yeah, moving expenses તમે ક્લેમ કરી શકો, right? You can claim the moving expenses, right? The moving expenses, but nothing કે તમે આ એક ઘર છોડીને બીજા ઘર ગયા. No, this is not the way. There is a things. There are two reasons that you can claim the moving expenses. If you go for the education more than 40 kilometers, or if you go for the job, right? Employment. So then this is the more than 40 kilometers. Then you can claim the moving expenses. હવે 40 kilometers is not the things that okay.
Back and forth, back and forth, and 40 kilometer karna
Yeah, no, it's a straight line.
Straight
40,
line,
more
40.
than 40 kilometers. Okay, and a job has to be closer than this one. Old residence, right? So if your old residence uh, is old residence and the new residence both has a difference also 40 kilometers. Okay, more than 40. Then you can claim it as a moving expense. And in moving expense માં તમે ઘણું બધું claim કરી શકો. અગર if you have to, because of the moving, let's assume that people are moving to Alberta, right? They have to sell the Alberta, or Alberta people are moving to Ontario, right? So due to the job, so they are selling their house, so they can claim all the brokerage fees, everything. They can temporary residence, they can claim. They can flight ticket or transportation costs, or simplified method by kilometer. They can 59 cents per kilometer they can claim, right? If they don't have the receipt, right? So they can claim those kind of expenses, but has to be more than 40 kilometers.
More than 40 kilometers. It has to be more than 40 kilometers. You can, as સમસુભાઈ કીધું એમ કે તમે ખાલી 40 કિલોમીટર આખી સિટીમાં ફરીને 40 પૂરા ના કરી દો એવી રીતે નહીં. You have to go straight, has to be 40 kilometers, and then only you can claim for that moving expenses. I hope the viewer who asked me this question, I hope you're listening, and if you haven't listened, definitely I will give you a call so you can see the answer what our expert has said today, that you have to move 40 kilometers, or you have to go travel 40 kilometers to qualify for that expert. Very well said, Shamsu bhai. હવે આપણે જઈએ ડોનેશન્સમાં. કેમ કે પ્રોબ્લેમ શું છે કે ઘણા લોકો ડોનેશન અલ્હમ્દુલિલ્લાહ કરે છે. એ મસ્જિદમાં હોય કે પછી કોઈ બી ચેરિટેબલ ઓર્ગેનાઇઝેશન હોય એમાં ડોનેશન કરે છે ને ઘણી વખત હું બી જ્યારે ટેક્સ ક્લેમ કરવા જાઉં તો મારા અકાઉન્ટન્ટ બી મને એવું પૂછે કે ભાઈ કોઈ ડોનેશન રિસીપ્ટ છે. તો ડોનેશન જ્યારે આપણે કરીએ તો એના બેનિફિટ શું છે એન્ડ વોટ ઇઝ ચેરિટેબલ ડોનેશન ઇફ યુ ને એક્સપ્લેન ટુ અર વ્યુઅર્સ અબાઉટ દેટ ઇન જસ્ટ મોર ડિટેલ સો જે ડોનેટ ના કરતા હોય તે પણ જરા ડોનેટ કરતા થઈ જાય.
Uh, charitable donation is the charity register under the Canadian government, right? That is called charitable, right? There is a non-profit organization and there is a charitable organization who can charitable can issue the donation receipt. The people who can issue the donation receipt, which is registered with under the Revenue Canada, then they can that's called charitable. Okay, so you have to charitable donation. Also, there is a registration under the US charity organization that also you can donate in US too, right? And there is any United Nations agencies, they are registered, and that also you can donate and you can claim those the donation, right? But કેટલા લોકો છે ઇન્ડિયા મોકલે છે એ મોકલે છે જકાત ના આપે છે, right? If they are not giving the donations for the charitable organization, they are supporting India or somewhere, right? You can't claim that those donations, right? The people go, oh, હું તો donation આપું છું મેં ઇન્ડિયા આટલા મોકલેલા, right? No, you can't claim those donations, right?
એ કેનેડામાં હોવું જોઈએ.
કેનેડામાં હોવી જોઈએ ને has to be registered charity, right? Some of the masjid છે જે હજુ registered નથી થઈ, so even if you donate this mosque, still you can't claim, right?
Oh, that's a very good viewers. That when you donate and when you donate to any mosque, um, it's not a bad idea. Definitely, we should support every mosque. Doesn't matter if it's charitable or not charitable. But if you want to take an advantage of that money back when you go to file your tax, make sure they are charitable. When they are registered with the charity,
Yeah.
then only you can get the money back if you go and file your taxes. Very great. Thank you for answering that question because જેને તમે કીધું કે ઘણા લોકો ઇન્ડિયા મોકલી આપે ને પછી કહે કે હા ડેફિનેટલી મેં તો સમજુ ભાઈ ડોનેશન તો કરેલું જ છે ને ઇન્ડિયામાં આટલા પૈસા મોકલાયા આટલા પૈસા મોકલાયા ઇન્ડિયાથી બી રિસિપ્ટો આવી જાય છે ને એ રિસિપ્ટ લઈને બી તમારી પાસે ઘણા આવતા હશે કે આ મારી રિસિપ્ટ છે પણ દેટ રિસિપ્ટ ઇઝ નોટ ગોના વર્ક એ રિસિપ્ટ નહીં ચાલે યુ હેવ ટુ બી donating in Canada and has to be a charitable organization. Then only you can take a benefit of your donation. So I hope viewers you're enjoying this segment. I hope enjoying because this is all the information is very much needed, and that's why we bring every week experts. We brought immigration lawyers. We are bringing accountants, and we might bring on your demand. If whatever you want to know or get a more information, definitely give a shout out, a message, or call the Hurricane Studio and give us the suggestions and concerns. Definitely, we are very open to take every suggestions from our viewers. And thank you for supporting as usual. You always support us, and we definitely love to get more support from you. Moving forward, not too many questions because, as I said, the time is very consuming. But I definitely will love to ask this question, and this question is very, very, very important because ખબર ને આજકાલ તો જ્યારે ટેક્સની સિઝન આવે તો ઘણા અકાઉન્ટન્ટ બી એમના પ્રમોશન કરે અને જે અકાઉન્ટન્ટ જે ભણતા હોય તે પણ પ્રમોશન કરે કે હું કરી દઈશ એ તો ખાલી ફોર્મેટ જ હોય છે તારે અકાઉન્ટન્ટ પાસે જવાની જરૂર શું છે તું પૈસા કેમ સ્પેન્ડ કરે છે એક ફોર્મેટ આવે છે નંબર નાખ તારી ઇન્કમ કેટલી છે ટેક્સ કેટલો કપાયો તો આજે એક એટલો મોટો સવાલ આવી રહ્યો છે શમશુભાઈ કે જ્યારે હું પોતે ટેક્સ ફાઇલ કરી શકતો હોય તો મારે અકાઉન્ટન્ટ પાસે જઈને મારો ટાઈમ વેસ્ટ ને એમને પૈસા આપવાની શું જરૂર છે તો અગર તમે અમારા વ્યુઅર્સને બતાવી દો કે અકાઉન્ટન્ટ પાસે તમારે કેમ જવું જોઈએ અને બેનિફિટ શું છે
Actually, software તો હમણાં મળે છે.
ડેફિનેટલી
Software is a software. Software does the calculation,
ડેફિનેટલી
right? And software does the calculation only, right? But you have to know the taxes and law, right? You have to know the law. Accountant knows the law. They knows how to what to claim and not to claim, right?
ડેફિનેટલી
Sometime if you are filing it, I just one lady just came to my office few hours ago, and she claimed all the employment expenses, right? And they disallowed, right? She would have consult me. I would have asked her to claim some of the expenses which is not relevant.
Definitely.
Then would have got the half of the benefit. She claimed everything, and they refuse everything. So sometime there is it's not a big expense to go with the accountant or the tax filers, right? But nowadays the software is free too. But you have to know, you have to study. Then all whole year, once you file yourself, then I notice that many people are asking, "Oh, I did it this way. Is it correctly? Is it correctly done? Is it correctly?" So peace of mind, go with the accountant and file it. It's not the big fees, right? We don't charge too much fees, or most of the accountant doesn't charge too much fees for filing simple tax return. So this is the one. I have a one. I can give you one example. There is a one teacher. uh, was one teacher was filing for 10 years, living with her mother. Right? She's filing for herself and her mother. Her mother didn't have any income. Right? So when she come to me, when mother died, she came to me. I said, "Did you file properly?" Right? So, yeah, I filed properly. When she came with the all taxes, I said, "Did you claim dependent credit?" She said, "No." Right? So I noticed that she didn't claim mother. Every year, almost $2,000 she missed. Can you believe how much? How much money
That's a
is
big amount.
big amount?
Definitely.
I adjusted those tax returns, but some of the return we cannot. We can't go 10 year back.
Yeah.
We can go up to 10 years. So this was a big mistake she made, right? So she got lots of money, but she lose lots of money too.
Definitely, definitely. As you said, that $2,000 is a big
Yeah.
amount, and if you miss that amount, and if you don't know, and તમે જરા software ને use કરી લો, so this is the difference between the software and the experts, right? So when you go, as Samsubhai said, it's not a big amount of money that you're gonna be putting when you go to accountant. તમે ઘર લેવા નથી જતા, તમે ખાલી તમારો ટેક્સ ફાઇલ કરાવવા જાઓ છો, ને ટેક્સ ફાઇલ કરાવવા માટે એટલી મોટી રકમ તમારે આપવાની જરૂર નથી. મિનિમમ અમાઉન્ટ જે બી એમની ફીઝ હોય છે, કેમ કે એ એક્સપર્ટ છે ને એમનું કામ છે એ ફીઝ લે છે, ને જ્યારે એ ફીઝ લે છે એ પ્રોપર વે કરે છે, અને પ્રોપર વે કરે છે તમારે ટેન્શન ફ્રી તમે રહેવાનું હોય છે. જાણે કે એમના એક્ઝામ્પલ આપ્યો, એક લેડી $2,000 ભૂલી ગઈ હતી, અને પછી એક્સપર્ટ પાસે આવીને એમને કરેક્શન કર્યું. So why you have to go through this? Just go to the expert who's sitting next to us, and definitely be a peace, like free of mind. So thank you for clarifying that, Samsubhai. Last question, but not least, એક question તમને પૂછવા માંગીશ કે what are the changes for this year? કોઈ changes થયા હોય આ ટેક્સ યરમાં એ તમે અમારા વ્યુઅર્સને બતાવી શકો?
ચેન્જીસમાં તો એ છે કે જે કોવિડ બેનિફિટ, કોવિડ વર્કિંગ પીપલ વર્કિંગ ફ્રોમ હોમ ડ્યુ ટુ ધ કોવિડ, એ $500 હતા, એ ગવર્મેન્ટ હવે બંધ કરી દીધું છે. રાઈટ, દેર ઇઝ યુ કાન ક્લેમ ધીસ $500. સેકન્ડલી, દેર ઇઝ working income working income supplement, Canada working benefit. They have increased little bit, right? So that you can claim it, right, on the tax return. And there is any other few changes there. I don't remember right now, but there are few other changes there that you can claim it.
Definitely. Thank you for answering that question. Viewers, if you have any questions, definitely we will take your questions. I will be talking for 5 more minutes, and if any question comes online, definitely I will be asking you questions which will coming online, and definitely it's coming on our screen. Our back team is already sharing. If you can share the screen again, definitely I can read that question and ask on your behalf. So before that question comes on the screen, that definitely I'm reading one question that's coming online right now. It's, what is the difference between T183 versus T2 for the corporate?
T2 is the tax return. Is the tax return, corporate tax return, and T1 that is for the corporation. T1 is the personal. T1 return is the for the personal, right? Individual tax return. And T183 એ બંનેમાં એક ફોર્મ છે, right? T183. This is the form. And that form, once you are filing this form, the owner or director has to sign that form. That's called T183.
A183. Thank you for answering that questions. Also, the questions that I can see on the screen, Samsubai, that the payroll versus dividend for a small business owners. What are the difference? Difference.
Payroll, there is a payroll and payroll versus salary, right? Payroll versus salary versus
Salary,
dividend.
yeah, same thing.
Salary versus dividend. Okay, so salary versus dividend. So owner owner can take the salary or owner can take the dividend. Salary means the expense to corporation, right? So corporation has to pay the less taxes, right? Dividend means after the paying the taxes, whatever the profit left, that is the dividend, and you are taking that profit. Corporation giving you the profit because you are the shareholder, right? So that is called dividend, right? Some કેટલાક લોકોને ક્વેશ્ચન હોય છે કે ભાઈ ઓકે વિચ વન ઇઝ ધ મોર બેનિફિશિયલ salary या dividend. Salary, once you withdraw the salary, you have to pay the CPP, right? And if you withdraw the dividend, you don't have to pay the CPP. You don't have to pay the CPP, right? Salary માં તમારી RRSP ની લિમિટ ક્રિએટ થાય છે. If you take the salary, dividend, you can't contribute in RRSP, right? So those are the benefit. You save very little taxes on the dividend, but you will completely miss out the CPP benefit.
Definitely. So, Samsubai, before I let you go, definitely I will love to talk to you whole day, but as I keep mentioning, કે ટાઈમ લિમિટ બહુ ઇમ્પોર્ટન્ટ હોય છે ને આપણી પાસે એટલો બધો ટાઈમ નથી. અગર તમે એક અમારા વ્યુઅર્સને અગર મેસેજ આપવા માંગતો હોય, શોર્ટ મેસેજ, કે વાય વોટ ઇઝ ધ બેનિફિટ ઓફ ધ ઇફ દે કમ ટુ યુ, ઓર કે તમારે કંઈ લાસ્ટ મેસેજ અમારા વ્યુઅર્સને આપવો હોય કે વાય યુ હેવ ટુ કમ ટુ યુ, અથવા તમારે કહી દીધું છે, અગર ફેરથી તમારું એડ્રેસ તમારે કેવું હોય કે તમારો ફોન નંબર તમારે આપ્યો હોય, એક લાસ્ટ મેસેજ તમારા વ્યુઅર્સને આપી શકો.
અમે 7 days ઓપન હોઈએ છીએ ટેક્સ ટાઈમમાં 9 to 9, રાઈટ. મારી ઓફિસ ખુલ્લી હોય છે 6 days ઇન ઓફ સિઝનમાં બી, રાઈટ. વી આર ઓલવેઝ ધેર. Any letters, any problem comes, we are there, right? We don't have the location that we close the location and we disappear. We always there. Our office is there for 14 years. I'm in this community for 30 years, right? And I'm doing this business for 30 years, right? And if you have any question, even if you have a free consulting, please do contact me. My phone number is 416-757-2322. You can email me support@maconsulting.ca. My website is maconsulting.ca, www.maconsulting.ca. That's it.
That's it. That's
Yeah.
a very great information for our viewers. If you wanted to visit Samsubai, definitely that's the information that he was just sharing with our viewers. You can definitely call him and ask him any question related to tax related inquiries if you're doing. And I would request that definitely give him a shout and ask him if you have any other questions as well. Because sometimes we can't ask every questions on the podcast, whatever questions we get in a 1 week of time frame, because we bring our guests every week and we change our guest every week. If you have more questions related to tax related, definitely it's going to be a part two, Samsubai, and we will love to bring you back and a part two, and definitely.
After
So,
after April.
after April, definitely. Look, he's already planning for. He's gonna be busy, so catch him before he got busy. સમજુભાઈ, પણ મારા ધ્યાનમાં એક બીજો છેલ્લો સવાલ એવો આવતો હતો કે પર્સનલ ટેક્સ અને આપણે જે લોકો બિઝનેસ ઓન કરે, કે એમને કંઈ ડેટ ફ્રેમ હોય છે? અગર તમે અમારા વ્યુઅર્સને બતાવી દો કે આ ડેટથી આ ડેટ તમારે ફાઇલ કરવાની, તો એક પ્લીઝ કંઈ ડેટ બતાવી દો, કેમ કે ઘણા લોકો ડેટ મિસ કરી જતા હોય છે ને એવો ક્વેશ્ચન બી આવી જાય છે કે અગર હું ડેટ મિસ થઈ ગયો તો મારાથી ટેક્સ ફાઇલ થશે બી કે નહીં થાય.
Okay. No, April 38th, person who has to deadline, there is a deadline, but who owed the money, who owe the money to government, right? So April 30 is the deadline for the people who is the employee,
Yeah.
right? And self-employee, there is a June 15 is the deadline.
June 15.
And person who died, right, during the year, let's assume that they died before October 1st, right? Their deadline is also April 30th. If he's self-employed, the same thing. But if he died after October 1st, October 1st, then the deadline is the next year, April.
April 30th. Thank you for answering that question. This was very important and it was much needed, viewers, because this deadline you have to remember and you have to file your taxes before this deadline. So, viewers, thank you for joining us today. Thank you for watching our live. We will be coming next week live sharp 6 p.m. Definitely with our new guest. And as we promise that we are trying to bring businesses, we are trying to bring a community leaders and also the business who own in your community. So before I let you go, definitely I will love to pass this message that if you have any concern or questions to buy a house, or if you're worried about the mortgages, how can I get approval of the mortgages? Definitely, where next week we are getting a two expert in our studio next week, brother Rizwan and brother Ikram Patel. Ikram Patel is a realtor and a brother Rizwan is a mortgage specialist. So we will be asking questions to them. If you want to buy a house, what are the requirements? If you are planning to get a mortgage, what is the down payment that you needed? So those are the two individual. Definitely, they're gonna answer all your questions. So get ready. If you have any concern, question, shoot a message. The flyer will be launching very shortly. And if you have any concern, please give me a call and message me. Definitely, I will be asking on your behalf. So thank you for watching this live show from the Herman Studio. One more time, I will give a shout out to our viewers. Please download our app because this is very important. It's a free app. You don't. There is no charge for the apps. If you have an iPhone, everybody had a smartphone. Please download it today because you don't have to pay anything. And if you're watching on a YouTube, please subscribe to our channel. This is very important because you more subscribe and more you get a notification. Sometimes you forget that today was a live segment, so you get a notification whenever we got a live. So subscribing as channel on YouTube is very important. Also, if you are watching on a Facebook, please like our page and don't forget to share with your friends and family. So you're watching and you're getting advantage of that. Definitely, I will love that your friends and families can also get advantage of this episode. So I will let you go. We will see you next week, Friday, sharp 6 p.m. Thank you for watching your community with Mohsin Patel. Assalamu Alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.